For my feature, I chose to do I had to make two actors for the shopkeepers to sell you the stuff and or supplement because I can't use the one included in Stackobots and a jetpack pickup for you to be able to acquire from the shopkeeper. Starting with this, which lets you pick up the orbs by essentially getting the robot's capsule component, and when it overlaps with the orb supplement, it destroys them and then the player controller gets called to add one orb uh, to the save counter, and it to then trigger this function which will add one a plus one to uh, the UI through these two. Then this event will be called by the shopkeepers to decrease the orb amount, which will call the player controller. Then subtract the number of orbs removed, which will be set in the shopkeeper's version of said uh, event, and then it'll trigger on our pickup to update the UI. These two events will let the jet, respectively, the jetpack and the copy ability to be enabled when the functions call for them. So starting off, uh, I'll leave this here and we'll go to toggle jetpack, which will call the values from the pair controller setting here, um, respectively get and set jetpack, so that the game will know how it's how uh, how the jetpack is currently, if it is activated or deactivated. So in here it'll get it, and if it is activated, it'll activate the rest of the jetpack as seen here. Then for the ability to possess, uh, I had to. So what this is doing is that uh, whenever the trigger for the input unpossessed is activated, uh, it'll ask for it. So this this is essentially when you press F, you dehabitate your current bot and spawn a new one. So and then it'll activate unpossessed and spawn new, which will do that. Now this being here means that you can't trigger the F button without you having bought the ability, but you can die and be respawned. So I think that's it for this section. So the health, the orb counter is this. We on our pickup will update the orb count. The orb count also sets the total orb count to 0 when starting the game, and it essentially gets this is just to update this widget. So in the project map is where I spawn the orbs through the array of target points that I dispose through the level, since that is the way I was taught in my previous class. So now for the shopkeepers, I first said I first get the box collision for the actor and say promote it to a variable for further use down the line. Then I bind an event to an interact so that when I press E, I can actually buy the in this case shopkeeper one the jetpack instead of just the orders being automatically given to the bot. So when E is pressed, it'll trigger this function, which will call a BP bot so that you can decrease the orb amount and then get the total orbs from the player controller, and then see if it has 5 or more. Then if that is true, you'll get it'll spawn the jetpack and then decrease the orb amount, destroy the box of that allows you to buy the jetpack. The it'll also destroy the text hitbox that'll prompt you to buy the jetpack and set this finish transaction boolean so that when all is done, it'll also uh, tell you to thank you for your purchase through this other text box, then destroy the component after 5 seconds, which is also what I've done here, except in the function, instead of spawning something, I just give the ability to possess.